She was ignored by everyone until a four-star general walked in and saluted her. No one noticed her at first. She stood near the back of the room, quiet, still, dressed plainly, so ordinary that eyes slid past her without pause. Officers talked over her, enlisted personnel brushed by without acknowledgement. To everyone there, she was invisible, and she let them believe it. The base briefing room buzzed with low conversation, chairs scraping, boots tapping against the floor. This was a routine meeting. Updates, logistics, nothing special. No one expected history to walk through the door today. She took a seat along the side wall, hands folded, posture relaxed but precise. Anyone trained to notice would have seen it, but no one was looking. A junior officer gestured toward the front. "We'll begin once the general arrives." She didn't react. Minutes passed. The room grew louder, more impatient. A captain glanced her way briefly, then looked past her, assuming she was support staff, maybe an aide, maybe nothing important at all. Then the doors opened. Conversation died instantly. A four-star general stepped inside. Every chair scraped back, every spine straightened. The room snapped to attention as one. But the general didn't look at them. His eyes locked onto her, the woman everyone had ignored. He stopped walking. Then, slowly, deliberately, the four-star general raised his hand and saluted her. The room froze. No one understood what they were seeing. She stood calmly, returned the salute with perfect precision, her expression unreadable. And in that single moment, the balance of the room shifted. Because whatever she was, whoever she was, she outranked assumptions. She outranked arrogance. And she commanded respect without ever asking for it. The salute held longer than regulation. Then the general lowered his hand. No one else moved. The room stood frozen, minds scrambling to make sense of what had just happened. Officers glanced at each other, searching for rank insignia they might have missed. There were none. No ribbons. No uniform that explained it. She remained standing, calm, composed, completely unshaken by the attention now crashing down on her. "At ease," the general finally said. Only then did the room breathe again. He turned toward her. "Ma'am, thank you for coming." Ma'am. That single word hit harder than the salute. She inclined her head slightly. "I came as requested." Requested by him. The general gestured toward the front of the room, offering her the position he himself had been about to take. She didn't rush. She walked forward at a measured pace, every step confident, unhurried. People instinctively stepped aside, clearing a path without realizing why. A colonel whispered, "Who is she?" No one answered. She stopped at the front, not behind the podium, but beside it, subtle, intentional. The general stood half a step behind her now, a quiet but unmistakable signal. "You were all briefed on today's agenda," the general said to the room. "What you weren't briefed on is why she's here." She scanned the room slowly. Her eyes were sharp, observant, remembering faces. Some dropped their gaze. "For the past year," the general continued, "this base has been evaluated under a program so classified most of you don't know it exists." A ripple of unease passed through the room. "She leads that program." Murmurs spread, quickly silenced by her raised hand. "I'm not here to embarrass anyone," she said evenly. "I'm here to observe what rank often misses." Her voice wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. "You didn't see me when I walked in. That tells me more than any report ever could." The room sat in absolute silence, because now they understood. Being ignored had been the test, and most of them had already failed. She stepped away from the podium, choosing the aisle instead. "I don't wear rank here," she said calmly, "because rank changes behavior." She stopped beside a row of officers who had earlier spoken over her, dismissed her presence without a glance. "Titles make people perform," she continued. "Invisibility shows the truth." The general watched quietly from behind, letting her lead. No one questioned it now. "For 20 years," she said, "I've been sent where appearances matter more than integrity. Bases, commands, units that look perfect on paper." She turned slowly, letting her gaze settle on the room. "And I've learned one thing. People reveal their character when they believe no one important is watching." A lieutenant shifted uncomfortably. She reached into her folder, not to threaten, not to accuse, but to remind. "I was ignored at the door, spoken over in conversation, assumed to be support staff." She paused. "That wasn't disrespect, it was habit." The general stepped forward slightly. "She reports directly to Joint Command." A quiet gasp rippled through the room. "No chain below that," he added. She nodded. "I don't issue orders, I deliver truths." She walked toward the back of the room now, past the seat where she had first been dismissed. "I came here unannounced because rehearsed respect isn't respect at all." Her eyes met those of a captain who had earlier looked through her. "This base prides itself on excellence," she said, "but excellence isn't how you act when generals are watching." She turned back toward the front. "It's how you treat the person you think doesn't matter." Silence followed. Not uncomfortable, not confused, reflective. Because every person in that room now understood the weight of what they had missed, and they knew the final judgment hadn't been spoken yet. She returned to the front of the room and stopped. "This isn't a reprimand," she said, "and it's not a promotion." The officers leaned forward, listening as if their careers depended on it, because some of them did. "This is a correction," she continued, "a quiet one." The 4-star general stepped beside her. "Her report will go forward exactly as observed. No edits, no explanations added later." A ripple of tension moved through the room. She looked at the rows of faces again. "No one will be punished for ignoring me." Several officers exhaled in relief. "But," she added, "every one of you will remember this moment." She gestured toward the door. "The next person you overlook might not be me. It might be the Marine with the right answer, the analyst with the warning, the soldier who saves lives because someone finally listened." The room absorbed it in silence. "I don't need your salute," she said. "I need your awareness." The general nodded once. "That concludes today's briefing." She turned to leave. As she reached the door, something changed. One by one, officers stood, not ordered, not prompted. No commands were given. They stood because they understood. She paused briefly, acknowledging them with a subtle nod, then stepped out. The doors closed. No applause, no noise. Just a room full of professionals who had learned something rank could never teach. Because respect isn't demanded, it's revealed when no one thinks they need to give it.